All right, beautiful. Can you guys see my screen and can you hear me okay? My name is Jeff Linney. I am, of course, one of Dory's experts and coaches. That's me in the hat there with my lovely wife. So if you guys can give me a quick shout out, let me know you can hear me okay. If you want, you can let me know where you're from. I always enjoy that kind of thing. I've been online for a while, and I still find it fascinating. I can talk to people from all over the world with the power of this thing called the internet. Isn't it fantastic? All right, we got Arlington, Texas, Arizona. Hey, I'll be in Sedona this weekend. Let's see here. We got Florida. Got more Florida, Charlotte, North Carolina. We got Sal from down under. All right. Well, thank you, Sally. I love my tattoos as well. Laura from San Diego. Beautiful. We got Lindy from Cambridge, Ontario, Canada. We got Tommy from Atlanta. We got Benny from Sacramento. Do you guys call it Sacto or Sacktown? Is that okay to say? We got Armando from Peoria, Arizona. All right, I think I said you got Tim from Greenville, South Carolina. All right, I got Lewis. Good day, Lewis from Melbourne, from down under. And I know my Australian accent is horrible. That's why I rarely do it unless it's kind of in a very, very silly manner. By the way, Aussies are amazing. I hung out with a bunch of Australians in Cambodia and Thailand back in 2013, 2.5 years ago. Amazing fun group. Great drinkers also. Definitely a great time. It's okay you speak American. Good to know, good to know. Anyways, guys, how you doing tonight? Are you guys pumped about Page One Ninja? Are you guys pumped about these training webinars? I sure am. And I do them all the time. But I mean, I'm here because I enjoy doing it. Certainly not because I need to be here to get a paycheck or anything. I do quite well on my own. I just genuinely do enjoy teaching people about what I do and what works so well. A lot of gurus really do overlook search engine optimization. They don't really want to give it any time. And then we got folks like Dory and myself and all of you guys that are going to be kicking some butt and taking names later and rocking things with the SEO, or of course search engine optimization, for those folks that are brand new to it. Guys, this is of course going to be a general Q&A. It's not really a lesson where we're going to be training or giving any particular lesson. Those will come at a later time, and there are plenty of those you do not want to miss. This is really more just a general type of question and answer type thing. And Tim, awesome, man. I'm glad to hear you're pumped. I'm glad to hear you're enjoying this. So again, my name is Jeff. I live in beautiful South Orange County, California, in Irvine, California. Born and raised in Southern California, been here my whole life. Don't really plan on leaving anytime soon or ever. So anyways, I'm going to get straight to it and get to some of the questions here. Maria, are you there? Maria had a question when Dory was mentioning a money site. Maria's a newbie, and that's quite all right, Maria, and has no idea what that is, no website. Maria, what a money site is, that's going to be your main website you're making the money from. So let's say, for example, I've got an affiliate website on dating advice for women, which I do. And that's going to be my main website. So I might build up a private blog network of 10 or 15 sites that point towards that, but those are all pointing towards my money site. Basically, that's the site I'm going to optimize and rank and get the sales from, if that makes sense. This site is simply the main site or sites on a particular niche you're working in, if that makes any sense. Great question, though. All right, so anyways, I'm going to move on down here, and going back to questions from about 10 minutes ago. Okay, Lindy was asking about the members area. Lindy is not able to log in. Lindy, I did give you a couple links in the chat box you can check out. If you still cannot get in, you would probably have to contact support, but essentially, you just go to pageoneengine.com/myaccount/users/login. Let me give this to you guys in the chat box, and you'll simply log in with your username and password, which you're given once you pay for things. If you never received it, you can always check your email for an email from JVZoo, who processes the payments for Page One Engine, and you should be able to get in that way. If you still cannot, you can click on Forgot Your Password, and you should be able to reset it and get in that way. And if you still cannot, oh, I forgot my password. And if you still cannot get in after that, you might need to go through the support desk. Actually, that is not my password. Hold on, let me look it up. Hold on 1 second, please. Give me just a moment. I'm on my other screen. By the way, guys, I do recommend, if you have the room for it, get 2 monitors. It really comes in handy. It really does. So let's see here. My username is quite obvious. What's my password? Oh yeah, Jeff is awesome. That's actually just a statement about myself, not my password. And you'll log in right there. All right, let's see here. All right, so I'm going to move on down the list. I'm going to go from old to new. Depending on how many questions we have, it might be 5 or 10 minutes before I get to your questions, so please understand that. Okay, Sandra said she was not able to see other names or text other than what she typed. Has this been corrected? No, Sandra, that is by design. We have it blocked so you cannot see other attendees for privacy purposes. On occasion, I will respond via text to a question, and I can choose to include all. If you look at the previous example, I did send a link to all to the login page for Page One Engine. That is one link you should be able to see. Other than that, there really should not be any text or names that you're seeing other than your own. Okay, Harris is asking, are the boot camp number 1 sessions 9 a.m. or 9 p.m.? Harrison, where are you located? What time zone? Boot camp challenge. I'm not signed up for these yet myself either, actually. I see what you mean. Okay, it says 9 a.m. down here. That might be a typo. Okay, yeah, those are going to be in the evening. I will actually have that fixed right now. Let me send a quick message to Anne. Hopefully she can fix that. 1 second. Reg says 9 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, 9 a.m. Eastern time would be pretty early. That'd be 6 a.m. for us Californians. And even 9 a.m., that's pretty early. So I'm 99% sure that's going to be a p.m. call. So sorry about the confusion there. Hope that's okay. All right, let's see. Let me scroll on down here. Harris, I am the launch jacking expert. Yes, when do you learn this? If you click on any module from the members area, it does give you the release date for that module. So in this case, July 14th is when launch jacking is going to come out. I do want to encourage you guys, don't just get blown away by the money I made with launch jacking. It does take time to be able to do that. I want you guys to focus on learning the SEO, learning the basics of SEO. Go through what is SEO, hello rankings, go through setting it all up. I mean, there's a lot to learn to this. I make it look easy. And to me, it is easy because I've been doing it for a while. But even now, I'm still constantly learning SEO. Because there's new updates constantly. So I recommend, don't try to rush into this. I've seen a lot of people that want to, start making money tomorrow. And you please understand, even for me, that would be difficult to make money tomorrow with SEO. You've got to build out a website. You've got to do your keyword research. You've got to develop your content, optimize it properly. You have to use backlinks to get it ranked if it's competitive enough to require backlinks. So please understand that if you're looking to make quick cash, just be patient. I promise it will be worth it. I think you guys know I've only done 3 launch jacks so far in 2015, just because I've been kind of taking it easy. I make money with other methods besides launch jacking. That's just one thing I enjoy doing. But I mean, from Profit Academy, I made $125,000. In about a week and a half for Jimmy Kim's Build My List. I made about, I think, 12 or 15,000, including prizes. For 100K Factory, I think I did about $70,000, including prizes. So it's been profitable, and that's actually been taking it easy too. I could have easily been over $1 million with that stuff, but I do have other priorities. That's just something I enjoy doing for the challenge and the nice paychecks. So, but yeah, guys, please keep in mind, reputation management is amazing. I have had people pay me, $10,000 or $15,000 in one lump sum to clear their name from Google. And I'll tell you guys what. Do you think it's going to be easier to rank in Google for Jeff Linney or for how to make money online? Give me your answer. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's easier to rank for a name or for like a big money keyword like how to make money online? Most of you got it. It's going to be much, much easier for the name because here's the thing. Nobody wants to rank for Jeff Linney except myself. So, if someone does talk bad about me, it's going to be easy to move stuff up on top of Google. In fact, if you look, there's only 39,000 results for my name. So it's going to be much easier to rank for a name or for a business. Or let's say, for example, I heard of one example where it was a well, I don't want to go into too many details, but it was a businessman that wanted to get some bad stuff removed from the first few pages of his name, and he paid about $100,000 to one of my former bosses to get that taken care of. It was just a one-time payment of $100,000. The guy did not care about what was done to make it happen. He simply cared about the results. Now, granted, that's hard to get. That's not something I've had myself, but I've even got a few regular clients now that pay me $2,000 or $3,000 a month to keep the first few pages of Google cleaned about their names, or the first few pages of Google clear from anything bad about their names. Now, there is also more to it. There's also things like, positive reviews on Yelp or Foursquare and Google places, for example. There's a lot more to it. But again, don't just focus on a one particular niche or one particular thing. There's a lot to it. So make sure you go through all of the modules because you might find you can even combine multiple things. Now again, guys, keep in mind, you cannot really remove bad reviews. You cannot remove bad reviews from Amazon or Yelp or Foursquare, but you can pad them with positive reviews, real ones. And in the training we do, or actually I should not say we, I should say reputation management, Lisa goes into really good detail as to how you can do that from real clients. And it's actually pretty easy to do. And she also goes into how you can find your clients as well, and of course multiple ways of owning page one for that person's name. And guys, I've done this before for, yeah, exactly, Lewis. I'll get to that in a second. Yeah, it's easy. You can rank YouTube videos, Facebook pages, Twitter pages, press releases, videos on Vimeo, etc. Yeah, Lewis's question said, do you get rid of bad stuff by ranking lots of good stuff? Absolutely, that is correct. Spot on. That's all you do. If there's something bad on page one about my name, for example, I'm going to find a bunch of good stuff just below it and move it up. I don't think there's anything bad about me. There was before and I got rid of it. It was a lie, by the way, but that does happen in business. But yeah, I would simply find good stuff below it or find good stuff on page two and throw some backlinks at it via, maybe Dory's private blog network, for example, which you guys will have access to, I believe, this next week sometime, which is amazing, by the way. You can also build out positive, good pages, which, again, we go into as well. So anyways, let's see here. Alexa is asking kind of a very, very broad question. Can I speak about Google's Webmaster Tools and what we need to do with that? Alexa, I believe that was covered in the main training. I'll be honest, I haven't gone through all the training because I know most of it, but I know it's in here though. Here we are. If you go into Google, into the main training here, and setting it all up, there's some training here on Google Webmaster Tools and Sitemaps and analytics, and WMT really is easy to use. It's really easy to learn. I recommend simply playing with it, but the basic thing you want to do though is you want to add your site to it. You want to verify your site and you want to submit your sitemap, and again, that's all covered in here. If you're still stuck, what I would recommend doing is, not that we don't want to help you guys, but I'd recommend checking YouTube and Google for some tutorials, because there's plenty out there. You'll see, if you were to view my browser history, you'll find one of my favorite sites is YouTube. If I don't know something, the first thing I do is I YouTube it. If I can't find it, I Google it. If I can't find it, then I'll ask someone that might know that I don't. Or I'll ask someone else who might know that I happen to know. And if you guys do that stuff and you still can't find it, make sure you get into our Page One Engine forum. I set this thing up myself. It's still pretty new. There's a couple hundred members already, I think. But we've got some discussions going on in there. And so if you have a question on RM, for example, you can post it in here. And you can read other people's discussions, read other people's feedback, etc. Okay, Jenny's got a great question. Can I have different niches for a product review? For example, personal development and internet marketing. Jenny, if they're related, yes. I mean, you're going to find out my own personal site, jefflenny.com. I'm going to do things about internet marketing because that's what I do. If I started posting things on weight loss or how to build muscle naturally or how to get your ex-girlfriend back, for example, that really would not fit in with my theme. So I could do things that are related, for example, personal development. Make sense? So there are some niches, excuse me, that do go together. But for the most part, you're going to want to make a new domain for any site you're going to be working on, or in any niche, I should say. I'm not going to have, weightloss.jefflenny.com. That just wouldn't make sense, and it looks kind of dumb, to be honest with you. Let me turn my fan on here. There we are. Kind of hot. Is it hot where you guys are from? It's got to be hot in Arizona. All right, Alexa, not a problem. Now, Alexa, Google Webmaster Tools is different than Analytics, but they both work together. If you have any specific questions about that, what I would encourage you to do is go into the community again and go into setting it all up. And there's already discussions in here on Webmaster Tools, for example. These are only great for me because I've already read them. But there's plenty of discussions already on pretty much any topic. But yeah, make sure you go over the training first, guys. If you guys have not gone through the training, make sure you do that, okay? This is not something, again, you're not just going to learn how to master this by doing 1 or 2 webinars. You want to make sure you go through the training. It's amazing. You guys paid good money to be here. I want to see every single one of you kicking ass and ranking all over page 1 and page 2 and page 3. But really, guys, SEO is addictive. It's a lot of fun, and it's really nice to see what you can do as one person regarding ranking your sites, etc. Okay, Lynn is asking if you're a newbie, excuse me, and have no idea which products to promote, is it a good idea to wait? Well, yeah, Lynn, you want to decide what you're going to do. I mean, again, are you going to do RM? Are you going to do launch tracking? Are you going to do YouTube? Are you going to lease out sites? So if you're completely new and really know nothing about SEO, I know you're excited to get into this, Lynn. I really do. I am too. But I would advise waiting until you know what you want to do. I mean, because you can have a domain, but if you don't know if you want to try to do something unrelated with it, it's really not going to get you anywhere. So make sure you do that. Lewis, no, do not do subdomains. I hate to say that. It just makes you look cheap and lazy. I mean, again, if I have, let me give you an example here. I don't mean to be mean, but let me give you an example. Let's say I've got weightloss101.com, which is an aged domain. Now, I can do all the free subdomains I like. A subdomain is something like this. Subdomain.jeff.weightloss101.com, or it can be something like fatloss.weightloss101.com. You can set up unlimited subdomains. But I've seen some, and this is okay, although I would still not recommend it because it just looks cheap. It really does. And Google is not going to rank it as well. So don't do this just to try to save a few bucks. It just looks unprofessional, and Google is not going to give it love. Now, I've seen some people do this, and do not do this ever, to save some money. Do you guys see why I don't recommend that? Yeah, again, Lewis, subdomains are okay. I mean, some people, I saw one guy recommend it. I think he's just another member. I don't believe he's a coach. I didn't know the name. So, I mean, again, they're okay, and yes, they do work, but I would not recommend them myself. So I would recommend building out a unique domain for each niche. I can make the window bigger. Yeah, it's not going to increase the text size, though. And sorry, guys, I've kind of got these big 22-inch monitors, so if you can't see what I'm doing here, I believe you can click on View within the GoToMeeting options. You can zoom in. And again, I'm logged in as of course a presenter, not as an attendee, so I don't know the exact steps. But if you guys need to see this bigger, you can click on View, I believe. It's either View or Options. I believe it's under View, and there should be a way you can zoom in somehow. And I've been told zooming in once works wonders. Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Lindy. I'm glad you got it. Got that working okay. So, Lindy, was it just View and was it just zoom in, or what was the option to do that? So I can pass that along. Okay, view full screen. Okay, zoom in 100%. Thank you very much. Okay, yeah, guys, so you can either view full screen or you can do zoom and then hit 100%, and that should work for you. So I hope that works. And Lindy said it did, so wonderful. All right, so moving on, let me take a look at some more questions here. Okay, Sal. Sal mentioned that he's watched all the videos and it's not showing as being watched. Sal, that's an issue right now that we're working on. It's not a priority, so that's going to be fixed once the main issues are fixed. I don't know what those are, but that is known, and that should be fixed this the next few days sometime, I believe. So thank you for hanging in there. Oh, Lewis, great question. Will the bootcamp webinars be interactive or just sit and listen and learn? I like that. A bit of both, Lewis. Obviously, if we just take questions the whole time, we're not going to really get anywhere. So it's probably going to be you sit and listen and learn and then take questions at the end. That's why we have these Q&A webinars like tonight, where I'm not doing a lesson plan. I'm just taking questions all night long to make everyone, to get everyone satisfied with what's going on. 1 a.m. for you, yikes. Well, they are being recorded, guys, so do not worry. Lewis, where are you, by the way? 1 a.m. UK, I'm guessing? Europe? Oh, that's right, Melbourne, Australia. I'm sorry, man, that's right. So you're in the future, nice. But yeah, we are going to have those recorded. I know it's been posted where they would be. I forget. I believe it'll be under resources or education. I'm not sure where, to be honest with you. I know they are being recorded, though. If you check on the Facebook page later, we can tell you it's on there already. But okay, now Tim is asking, when you promote someone else's site, how do you reach an agreement with the site owner to be paid for driving traffic there? That's a great question, Tim. What you do is you want to go to a site like clickbank.com, for example, which is an affiliate website, and you're going to find a bunch of products on there that you can promote. You can go to ClickBank, you can go to JVZoo, for example, you can find those on there. So with ClickBank, you go to Marketplace. Now let's say I'm going to promote a product on, let's say weight loss, for example. You can browse the different categories on the left side here. If you click on health and fitness, for example, it's going to expand the entire health and fitness category. But if I want to narrow things down a little bit, you can click on the arrow next to it, like here, and I can look only for weight loss products, for example, diets and weight loss. And so all I do now is you can sort products by popularity. You click on promote. Now you do need to have a ClickBank account. But you would simply type in your user ID. You would get your hop link, and this is what you would use as your actual link. So now if I send people to this link right here, to this page right here, if they actually do purchase via my link, I'll show you this at the bottom here. If you scroll down to the very, very bottom, if you can see that, it says affiliate equals J Lenny. Let me make this all fancy. Here we are. At the bottom right there. See that? It says affiliate equals J Lenny. That's myself. So if someone were to buy this product via my link, I'm going to get that commission. So there's sites like ClickBank. There's sites like jvzoo.com where you can look at different products on there as well. Oops. I shouldn't have been logged in live, sorry. But yeah, there's sites you can do that. So you can find different products on ClickBank, on JVZoo. There's even other sites like OfferVault, although that's a bit more advanced, and I would not recommend getting into OfferVault yet. But you can find plenty of products on sites like ClickBank and JVZoo. And so again, if I was going to promote a weight loss product, for example, I might have a review on my health and fitness website for the Venus Factor. And then when people buy that through my link, I'm going to make on average per commission $56.39, which is pretty awesome. Maria, the boot camp's not starting yet. You don't have to worry. This is just a Q&A session. That's all this is. The boot camp is not starting until after page one engine closes. See, the webinars don't start until next week, until July 14th. And by the way, those time zones are wrong. Those times are wrong. It's PM, not AM. We're going to have that fixed soon. So it's 9 PM Eastern time. And so again, here's the dates. These start on July 14th, ends August 18th. This intermediate one starts on July 17th. And yeah, so that's when those start. So you're fine, Maria. Take your time. Just go ahead and get registered for the webinar or webinars you want to get onto. But guys, this is awesome. I'll tell you guys what, when someone tells me to do something in this time period, Jeff, make $1,000 in a month. I don't like people telling me, or I don't like being challenged to do something, if that makes any sense. I basically want to prove them wrong and do it, even though it's a positive challenge. It's silly, I know, but if someone gives me a challenge for something, I'm going to do it, and I love it, and it's more motivating for me. And you're going to find that when other people are doing it with you, it's almost like a brotherhood or a sisterhood or a camaraderie, if I can say that word correctly. But just trust me, guys, get on in these. These are going to be amazing. Lewis is asking, how big are my pages for each site? Lewis, we're going to get into that. I actually do cover that. Hey, look at this, guys. Launch tracking became available just now. Don't watch it now. Wait till we're done. But I cover that in my launch tracking module a little bit. And I believe it's also covered in module 8 for affiliate marketing. But that really depends on you. As I'm asking, how long is a piece of string? I might do some sites that are only 5 or 6 pages. I might do some that are 150. Depends on my purpose and what I want to do. I've got one relationship site that's over 130 articles. And I get a bunch of free traffic from Google for that. My jefflenny.com is over 100. I've got one on getting rid of yeast infections for women. It's about 8 or 9 pages. I've got one on weight loss. It's maybe 5 or 6 pages. At the minimum, myself, and this is what I do, I will make a page, at least a website with at least 5 articles. And again, that's just me. That's just me. You might find something else works different for you. But yeah, I hope that works. Okay, Kathy is asking, can I show you how you add an affiliate link to anchor text? Well, yes, Kathy, yes, I can. Let me sign into jefflenny.com real quick. Hold on a second, please. All right, I got that pulled up. Give me just a moment, please. You guys are asking great questions, by the way. Thank you. So let's say I'm going to go ahead and do a brand new post on jefflenny.com. And let's go ahead and make it on Google Sniper. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have my article, Google Sniper 3 review, for example. It's easy to do. Number one, I want to get my link I'm going to be using. So I'm going to go ahead and click on promote next to Sniper here. And I would simply type in my account nickname, which is jlenny. Now here's something that's really cool. A lot of people don't use. The tracking ID. What that does is if I make a sale, if I want to use this one particular link only on that review, I can add the tracking ID GS review. So if I make a sale, it's going to show in GS review next to it. So if I only use this link on GS review and GS review only, it's going to show up next to it. So all you do is with WordPress, you highlight the text, you click on this little insert link option here, and you add the URL. That's it. Now one thing I will encourage you to do is click on the box to open the link in a new window. And the reason for that is it's going to lower your bounce rate. And what that means is if someone lands on your website For example, if they land on my review of Google Sniper 3, and if they click on the link to leave right away, that means they bounced because they did not visit any other pages on my site. But if I have the link open in another window, it's going to at least keep them on my site for longer, which does help. So I do recommend checking that box to open up in a new window. So that's all you do. You simply highlight the text, and you add your link. That's it. Something else you guys can do if you want. There's a program called Pretty Link. Now, if you look at this, you probably can't see the text. If you hover your mouse over the, well, let me show you. Hold on. If you hover your mouse over this text right here, if you look in the bottom, see my mouse down here? Watch this. It says like a bunch of random text .clickbank.net, right? That looks sloppy. So what if I want that to look a bit cleaner and neater? You guys see that? If you look at the very bottom left, do you see that text at the bottom? Yes, no, maybe so. Don't be shy. It's not a rhetorical question. All right, just want to make sure you guys can read it. Beautiful. Okay, so it's in the bottom left. What I will use, and Lynn, I haven't got to that question yet. I will get to that. I'm going one at a time here still. Is I will use a program called Pretty Link. It's free. And what I can do is I'll show you. I'm going to take a URL. So check it out. I'm going to add the link that I want to send people to right here. And I'm going to use this I'm going to actually make this link be accessible via jefflinney.com/Google Sniper 3 website. And so if I click on create, check this out. Now look at this, guys. This is my new URL I just made. Look at that. Hold on. Which of those two looks better? Number one, right? Absolutely, it just looks neater. So if I use that type of link instead, it's actually going to get more clicks. So if you guys want to write that down, that's called Pretty Link. And you can download that for free via the WordPress store. And you can use Bitly if you want, but Pretty Link looks better. It looks like people are staying on your site. And you're going to get more clicks that way, which is good. Happy to help. All right. So that's a good question. Let me go ahead and scroll up and get the next question here. Give me a moment, please. Excuse me. Okay, Jill is asking about ranking a squeeze. Okay, no, Jill. Jill, you're not going to be able to rank a squeeze page. So Jill, what Jill's saying, guys, is she's got a squeeze page for weight loss. And she's curious if that can be ranked. Generally not, Jill. And the reason is, and I'll give you an example. Here's one of my squeeze pages. If you were doing a search for how to make money online and you found this, I mean, you don't have a relationship with me at all. You don't know who I am. You're probably just going to close it. So what you would want to do, Jill, is you would actually want to build out a full website, which we actually do get to again in the training. Move that out of the way. Hold on. Let me close that stuff. Actually, I don't need that. I can delete that draft. Excuse me. But yeah, Joe, that's a good question, but you would want to build a complete website for weight loss if that was your niche, and I believe we get into that. I'll be honest, you can actually use the first portion of my launch junket module to give you advice on that, and then you can also use stuff for social media as well as affiliate marketing on that. So there's really 3 things you can learn to apply towards that, Jill. And great question, great question. All right, Kathy answered Kathy's question. Lewis's, Armando, you're an educator asking about similar sites. Again, Armando, what I would do is I would go through ClickBank. But I'll tell you guys what, I don't know if you guys know Anik or not. My friend and mentor, Anik Singhal, his first niche was how to study for school. And how to study for tests and stuff. Because, okay, there's thousands of college students in his school, but that was a complete bomb. So what I would do is go through the marketplace, see if there's anything you can find in there that really kind of fits your style. Education. There are some education products on here, Armando. So I would take a look at some of these. Review each one yourself, the sales page, and ask yourself, would I buy this? And to get a good idea, guys, let me bust out the old mouse, the old highlighter here. If you look at this item here called gravity, what the gravity means, that's how many how many affiliates are making at least one sale per month of that product. So it's a good indicator of if it's making sales or not. If you find something with a gravity of 1 or 2, probably stay away. If it's got at least 10 or 15, it's probably going to be okay to promote. Hope that makes sense. Karen's asking if I write the content myself. Karen, I write about 2/3 of my own content. And again, I actually do cover that myself as well in the reputation management module right here. In the launch jacking module, I do cover that. And I show you guys where I get my content for like a few bucks as well. But I probably write about 2/3 of my content, I would say. I write 100% of my own reviews, and I probably write about 2/3 of my regular content on my site. The rest of it I get from one writer that I use from the site I talk about in my module. Okay, Sumeya, I hope I said your name correctly, is asking about competition. Sumeya, didn't we cover that in here as well? And again, I haven't gone through everything yet, so forgive me if I'm wrong, but I would imagine that's something we would have covered is competition. Domain basics, hosting basics, creating an info email, WordPress widgets. I know I do cover competition in my module, but I'll tell you guys what, there's a program that I use. I'll show you right now. It's free. It's called Traffic Travis. Let me pull it up and show you guys. Hold on one second, please. There is a paid version, which I do use now, but the free version is awesome. I used the free version for a couple of years before I finally got the paid version. Let me load that up. Hold on one second, please. Okay, I need to change something, so I keep a few things private. All right, this is called Traffic Travis. If you guys want to download it, do me a huge favor. Click on this link, but then do nothing else. I don't want you guys to play with it now. But Traffic Travis, you can plug in a keyword here. For example, if you go to the SEO tab right here and click on competition, you can enter a keyword right here. So let's say I want to look at a keyword, maybe how to lose weight naturally, and how to lose weight quickly, and click OK, and click on fetch. Now what Traffic Travis will do, it's going to take a look at the top 10 or 20 results in Google, which I can set up myself, and it's going to tell me based on that how hard or easy it's going to be to rank that keyword. And I just kind of chose some random keywords here. So give me a moment here. We'll pull this up together. It's a great question, though. Excuse me. Oh, and I got your name correctly. Wonderful. Sumaya, where are you from again? Okay, San Francisco. Nice. Okay. I love it up there. Beautiful city. I had to go there more often. All right, so you'll see there's going to be extremely difficult keywords. And let me get my handy dandy highlighter. Hold on a second. Spotlight. So if you look at this right here, you got a few things. You got the keywords. You got the location, meaning it's checking Google US. And it shows you the difficulty. Is that keyword going to be easy or difficult to rank? These are difficult. I wouldn't touch it. It shows you the average page rank for the top 10 results. Don't worry about that. How many backlinks per page each one has. How many backlinks per site. But let's make it a bit easier. Let me go back into my normal mode here. I'm going to click on View Details on the right side. Try a different example here. Okay, this is going to show you the top 10 results in Google for that keyword, how to lose weight naturally. Let me bust back out my spotlight tool here. Excuse me. For the keyword planner, ignore the competition. That's for PPC or paid ads. That has nothing to do with Google. So with the keyword tool, Sumaya, make sure you ignore, all you want to look at in the keyword tool is the keyword itself and the monthly search volume. Oh, I love the drivers in my city. All right, so let's see here. We got the top 10 results. It's going to show you the URL, the page rank, but what we want to look at is this stuff over here. Do they have a demon's listing? You can ignore that tab. It's going to show you, do they have the title tag set for that keyword? In green, yes. Red is no. Generally, when you get a bunch of reds, it's a really good thing. But because these are so many large sites, health.com, wikihow.com, YouTube, My Health Tips, it's going to be a bit difficult to rank for. Sumaya. Okay, I was right the first time. Okay, my bad. Sumaya, thank you. Yeah, I had to try both options. Okay, Sumaya. Thank you for breaking that down. But that's how that works. And they actually do have videos you can watch when you download this. And for those of you that are downloading that now, go ahead and stop and watch me. Believe it or not, GoToMeeting actually has something I can look at. It shows if people are if they're paying attention or not. I'm not kidding. It shows audience view. It shows me 96% right now, and that's based on if people are moving their mouse around or if they're on this screen or another screen. It's kind of cool. It's funny, when I said that, I went back to 100%. So the 3 or 4 of you jumped back when I said that. I'm not even kidding. I love this. Well, it just shows me, because I'm the presenter, it shows me how many people are paying attention based on if they're on this screen or if they're on a different screen or if it's minimized or whatever. It's kind of cool. But what Sumaya was asking about, though, guys, for the keyword planner is when you do a search for a keyword here, you want to use this top option. Let's go ahead and look at how to lose weight. I'm trying to find a few random examples here. Hold on 1 second, please. No, Linda, I cannot see you eating the Reese's. But you should offer a share next time, though. So the keyword planner, what Sumaya was talking about, let me bust out my pin here, is the competition right here. That is simply competition for paid ads, for PPC or paid advertisements, which we're not going to be doing. So all you want to worry about is the average monthly searches and the keyword itself. You can ignore everything else. You don't need this stuff or any of this stuff at all. So if you just concern yourself with these right here, the first 2 columns, you'll be fine. So again, all competition is regarding is paid advertisements. So you're fine. Don't worry about it. Hope that makes sense. But no, Traffic Travis is great. I do use it a lot for that reason. It gives me some great tips. If something's easy to rank for. Let's try to find a better example. Page 1 engine review. Of course, this is one that I'm launch jacking right now. Sort of. I'm doing okay with that so far. Do I want to keep the keywords that have been analyzed? No, I do not. And this is probably going to show easy. I'm trying to find an easy keyword to show you guys. So if you'll give me just a moment, please. Kathy asked a great question. Does Traffic Travis show results from Google or other search engines? You can choose other search engines if you like, but don't worry about it. Don't bother. They don't matter. Really? I worry about Google, and that's it. The other ones don't really make a difference. They make up maybe 15% of the traffic total outside of Google. So I always just worry about Google and Google only. Great question, though. So it's checking the top 10 URLs as medium difficulty, which is not bad. You'll find there I am on number 2 right there. But it's going to show you guys. See, I'm optimized. Here's my site, for example. I've got page 1 engine review in the title tag, the description tag, the H1 tag, I've got 23 Facebook likes. I've got 52 Facebook shares. FBC, Facebook comments, none. Twitter backlinks, I've got 49. Google Plus, I've got 37. So it gives you a basic idea as to what your competitors are doing. And so in this case, I've got to that BLS is total backlinks to my site. So I've got 2,449 backlinks to my site as a whole. RDP is how many domains are linking to this particular page. So if Facebook is linking to this page, for example, that's one domain. If kathylane.com is linking to this page, for example, that's going to be 2 domains. If alexacasey.com is linking to this domain, that's going to be 3. So that's how many particular links I have to that particular ranking page. While the BLS is how many links I have to my entire site as a whole. But ideally, though, you're going to want to, of course, be optimized. You're going to want to have your title, your description, your H1 tag. Helene's asking if you're going to see how I launched Jacked POE in the course. You are not, Helene, but I do show you 2 or 3 other examples. Because when I was done recording, Page One Engine did not come out yet for another few weeks, and so I wanted to wait. That's a cool tool, right? And I think I actually covered this inside the training as well. I did. Let me show you. Someone was asking, what's the H1 tag? Let Page One Engine review. The H1 tag, hold on, PRETOMPR is going to, hey, I'm number 1 now. Look at that. Proof I know what I'm doing. It's going to be usually the text towards the top of the page right here, or maybe right here. But it's something you set up with WordPress when you're doing your post. Often, guys, WordPress will make your H1 automatically based on the page title, if that makes sense. So if my page title is Page One Engine Review and Bonus, for example, it's going to add it automatically for me. So you don't always have to add one manually. But again, that's stuff you'll learn about more in my module, which you can actually watch tonight if you want. I think I've got about 3 hours total of training on my module, if I'm correct. But it was me and Dory in Vegas last month. I think I had my Crown and Coke. She had her vodka. I forget what Aiden was drinking. Aiden Booth, by the way, from the 100K Factory. Amazing guy from New Zealand. Solid guy. I love the guy. So anyways, actually Diane is asking, do I need WordPress for this course? Do I need to use it? No, Diane, you do not have to build a website if you don't want to. You can rank YouTube videos. You can rank press releases, although I do recommend eventually building out your own website. But you do not have to build a site if you don't want to. You can do YouTube videos only. When I first got started back in 2009, I believe, I did nothing but YouTube videos. And I ranked those easily on YouTube and made, I think, which was a lot for me at the time, I was making about $1,500 a week from YouTube videos. And so I was about $6,000 a month, which is not bad. Now I'll make $6,000 a day sometimes. Actually, yeah, from SEO, which is nice. How to rank YouTube videos. That's going to be down here. It's going to be the last module, module bonus rank on YouTube. So that's going to be coming up. Let's see here. Other questions. H1 tag, I answered that. Kathy, can you hijack links for a brand name? I'm not sure why you'd want to, but yeah, you can. As long as you're being truthful in advertising, as long as you're not, as long as you're not saying like, my son ate Nike shoes and it killed him. Or, my daughter went to McDonald's and got extremely sick. You don't want to lie about them, for example, because that's going to get you sued really quickly. I don't see why you'd want to hijack a brand name, really. It's going to be really difficult to do. I wouldn't even try it. It's going to be too much effort to do, unless you've got like an e-commerce type of website. for coupons. I mean, you can do like, Nike coupons or Bullet Blender coupons, for example. Yeah, absolutely. I see people do that stuff. I've never done it myself. I would imagine it's pretty competitive. I'm not sure though. But yeah, you can do that. You can do Nike coupons. I would not recommend having Nike in your domain name. They can take it away. But what you can do is you can do something like, well, here, do not do this. If you have Nike in the main domain name itself, they can take it from you. If you do something like this, that is totally fine and legal. So it makes sense? Exactly, Helene. It's like a retail site with a wide range of categories and products, but you would focus on each product individually. Absolutely. So you would build your Nike coupons page out. You would optimize that page for Nike coupons. You would add images, videos if applicable, and you would link internally to it, etc. And I cover that stuff nicely in my lunch jacking module as well. Because for me, it's part of the process. So I kind of went above and beyond with my training. I hope you guys like it. Create a shopping site. Laura, I can't really say I recommend it because I've never done it before. If you want, you certainly can. But it's going to be harder to rank. Most shopping sites are not heavy on content. There is an e-commerce course coming out in about 2 weeks that focuses on that type of thing. It's called, what the hell is it called? Ecom something. Hold on. Ecom Experts Academy by Devin Zander. That's coming out in about 2 weeks if you want to learn about ecom stuff. But I mean, I don't think we cover ecom in here. I think there's going to be some Amazon stuff coming later as a bonus. I'm not certain though. Hey, my pleasure. Can you rank a Pinterest board? Yeah, I've seen it done before, Laura, but it's difficult. It's more going to be for you would either need to have a crap ton of backlinks and people sharing your pins like crazy, or just have a real non-competitive phrase. I've never done it myself before. So it's possible, sure, you can rank a Pinterest board. I don't know how well that converts or not, though. But yeah, you certainly can, though. Alexa's asking my best advice for newbies. Honestly, Alexa, go through the training. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to don't just give up and quit. Don't just wait to get an answer for one thing. Don't let one thing stop you from moving on. If you get stuck, Google it, search on YouTube, and go to our forum. My advice for newbies is don't quit. There's a quote I heard the other day. It was something like that. Quit dreaming, start doing. So that's my advice for newbies. I've had so many people that say, Jeff, oh my gosh, I saw your webinar with Anik, and I loved it. What you taught was amazing, and it really resounded with me, and I want to do it. And I'm like, well, cool, man, thanks. That webinar was 6 months ago. Where are you at now? How you doing? Say, well, I haven't got started. I'm kind of nervous. I don't know where to, I see people that love the theory, they love the idea, but they never take action and they never start. So my number one advice for newbies is, who cares if you fail? You're probably going to fail. But if you fail, build upon that. Learn from your failures and move on. Not every single site or campaign I do is going to be a success. And I know that. But every time I mess up, okay, no worries. I'll get the next one. And I think it was Edison that said, I have not failed 1,000 times. I just found 1,000 ways not to make a light bulb. And he did fail that many times. Have a great night, Deb. Alexa is asking if anyone in Page One Engine is going to Vegas for Chris Recker's training in July. I am not. I'll be in Vegas actually Friday and Tuesday, but just on the way to and back from Sedona. Well, Kathy might be. So, hey, you know, guys, if you want to make a post on the forum about meeting up, you can do that. I'm not going for that, but I'll be in Vegas for another reason, just because I can go. Hey, my pleasure, Kim. Have a great night. Thank you for coming on, Kim. We're excited to have you as well. Kim's got to go put a 2-year-old to bed. That sounds fun. That'll be me in about 2 years and 4 months. Yeah, my wife's pregnant. We're due on Halloween, so I'm excited. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But yeah, go put yours to sleep though, Kim. We'll see you on the next one. I think I'm doing a few more this week myself as well. All right, so we got time for a few more questions here. Onyx made an offer in addition to what's being offered. You would need to contact Onyx support desk for that, Armando. But if you did purchase through Onyx link, for example, oh, you mean yesterday, you should have access to that. If you don't, you can contact support. Oh, wonderful, Laura. October 30th, and great day. Thank you, Tim. Thank you all for your kind words. I appreciate that. All right, so we're going to take a few more questions. You guys are great, by the way. Laura, you know, I don't use Pinterest. I don't know how Pinterest works with Uprise. You'll see this is not a Pinterest course, really. I really know nothing about it. You can check the social media training when we get to that. I have not gone through that yet myself, so I really know nothing about Pinterest. I know it's a big female USA demographic. I know people do buy via Pinterest, but that's about all I know. What's Black Hat? Illegal. Black Hat is more against the rules of Facebook and Google. Basically, you can make a lot of money really, really quickly with it, but if you get caught, you're going to probably get that account banned or your website penalized. So as long as you're not breaking laws, it's not going to get you in trouble legally. But Black Hat, for example, might be building 50,000 backlinks at once to a website. That's Black Hat. Might be building 1 million backlinks with software at once. That's Black Hat. There's other techniques, but we'll get into that stuff in the Black Hat tactics. It's awesome stuff. It's not for everyone, but you can make some money quickly with that. Just like you can with any module here, though. But to see here, step by step, Pinterest, okay. I'm reading the comments here. If I review a product, do I need to buy and use the product first? What do I need to write if not? Maria, again, I cover that in the launch jacking module. So make sure you go through that. In fact, I cover that right here and right here, these 4 videos here. So go through and watch that tonight or this week when you get a chance. I cover that much, much more thoroughly than I possibly could on here. Lewis, do you set up a new Facebook page for each site and niche? When I am including social media marketing, yes, I do. For example, on Facebook, I've got my business Facebook page, Jeff Linney Official. There's me on stage with Onyx just before I was getting kicked off stage, or before I was done speaking briefly. So this is my Facebook page for my own brand, for Jeff Linney. And this is separate from my main personal profile, which is right here, for example. But yeah, you do what you if you are going to be driving traffic via social media, if you're going to do a large authority site, for example, on weight loss, you would want to set up a Facebook page, a Twitter page for that, etc. Oh, thank you, Tim. I appreciate that, man. Tim said, I've been an awesome coach from Profit Academy and now with Page One Engine. Thank you, SEO God. On Facebook, I made a joke to call me the God of SEO. You don't have to. I'm joking. There's people much more knowledgeable than myself. I just happen to get good at a few things in it. But, you know, dumb jokes aside, thank you, Tim. I really appreciate your kind words. I enjoy what I do, and I'm glad that it shows. I enjoy teaching. And I enjoy seeing people succeed based on my teaching. So if you guys do what I teach you, I'm going to push you guys to succeed, okay? And I know Dory will, and Bob will, every other coach will as well. We want to see every single one of you kicking ass on this with your SEO needs. Now, keep in mind, guys, SEO can take a while to learn. I learned it over about a 3 to 4 year period. but I learned it on my own without training like this. If I had something like this, geez, 5, 6 years ago, I would have been, yeah, uh, I would have learned a lot quicker than I did on my own. Let's see here. I'm going to take a few more questions here. We got to take my dog to the dog park. We're a little corgi with a ton of energy. The joys of working from home. Give me just a moment, please. And I'm not leaving yet. Maybe another few questions here. John is asking a pretty specific question. No, it's okay, John. You can always add new pages, John. You can always add an about page, or a squeeze page, or a contact me page. You can always add new blogs to it. So if you built out a site and you haven't added an about me page yet, do it now. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You're fine. You can always add and update a site whenever you want. Kimberly, in the page one challenge, can we get help choosing keywords, or do we need to do that ourselves? Kimberly, I've got no idea, to be honest with you. I don't know if I'm involved in that particular challenge or not. I mean, if you like, you can certainly make a post on the forum with your keywords, but if it's a good one, people might take it. So what I would do is I would ask privately on the webinar and ask the presenter not to share that keyword publicly. So you can say, Jeff or Dory, hey, my keyword is how to lose weight around your ankles. Is that please don't share that keyword live. Is that a good keyword? Yes or no? As an example. But really, guys, if you just use Traffic Travis, which again I love, I use all the time. I mean, I actually did pay for the full version a couple of years ago. It'll really give you a pretty good idea as to if a keyword is doable or not. And usually if something is medium, I'll go for it. I think I actually ranked for Page One Engine about 2 months ago or so. It only got medium after I got ranked there, but even still, I'd go for medium or less. Medium or easy, relatively easy. Hard, I will go for myself because I'm good at what I do, but it's going to take more time. But for anyone brand new, I would say stick with medium or easy keywords. And you're going to have better results that way. And Kimberly, if you want that keyword, you're more than welcome to take it. All right, so let's see here. All right, thank you, Laura. No promises on that. I was in San Diego about 2 months ago, but don't know if I'm going anytime soon or not. But thank you for your offer. That's very sweet of you. All right, guys. I think, do we have any more questions? Anyone I was not able to get to? Oh yeah, are the Skype groups set up yet? Not yet, Maria. We're probably going to get that set up once the launch is done. The launch of Page One Engine is done Thursday at midnight Pacific time. Oh, thank you, Lindy. Does Google rank sites differently based on the number of pages, or does it matter? Yes, Lindy, they do. And what I mean is Google loves fresh content. If I build a one-page website on weight loss, and someone else has a 5 or 10-page website on weight loss, the other site's probably going to rank better because it's a bigger site. It shows Google they mean more business, and you're also able to link internally to that page on weight loss to rank it. So generally, I mean, I would start off with at least 5 pages myself. Dory and other people might say otherwise. For me, I start with at least 5 pages minimum and go from there. How good is the content in iWriter? That depends on the writer cell. I'd recommend using a 4.5-star writer or above. If you're an iWriter for content and you use a 3-star writer, you're probably going to get crap. So I would advise using 4.5-star or above for iWriter. And for those asking what iWriter is, it's a website you can get content ordered from. I do cover in my launch jacking module. Hey, my pleasure, Helene. Happy to help out. Am I familiar with Mind Movies? I am not. I'm afraid not, Diane. I'm sorry. I've heard that name. I've got no idea what it is, though, or what they are. Can you rank an Amazon product page? Yes, you can, Matt, but that's not really something we're covering in this course. At least not yet. I believe you can, though. I've never done it myself. I'm not really much of an Amazon guy. But I believe that's possible. You have to get more. You have to get reviews to that. You have to get backlinks to it. In fact, yeah, I've seen Dory do it before. You have to get reviews to that page. So have your friends and family buy that product from you. Have people to post it on Facebook, etc. It's doable. I've never done it myself. At least it's been a couple of years since I have. But I know people still do it now. Okay, Dory did last night. Yeah, I'm not really much of an Amazon guy. That's right, the gourmet olive oil. She did that, yeah, and she did that up in Northern California, right? Yeah. See, I've only done Amazon a few times. I'm more of a digital guy, not so much Amazon. I did rank a few of my niche sites for Amazon. I think I actually ranked a page on Amazon once for someone 3 years ago, which I completely forgot about until now. But yeah, it's doable. I'm just not the expert on Amazon, though. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and take Tim, thank you very much, man. Have a great night. I'm going to go ahead and take one more question. Lewis is asking, I've got a site with maybe 20 articles that's been neglected for 4 years. Will new content be the first thing to move it up? Lewis, first of all, I would go through and optimize your current content according to best practice for SEO. Make sure you don't have your keywords stuffed in there too many times, for example. Yeah, it certainly can. I would see if it's indexed first, is it still ranking or not. If you want to, what you can do, Lewis, if you want, that's a bit more of a long, that would take longer to answer than I have now. But if you want to make a post on the forum, or if you want to even contact support and reference me, I'll be happy to take a look at that for you. Armando, Linda, you guys have a great night. Thank you so much. Guys, that is about all I have time-wise right now. Obviously, I can go on for hours and hours, but I don't have the time for that, unfortunately. My dog is waiting. He is staring at me. I think my wife made something awesome for dinner, which I'm going to probably cram down before we go. So, folks, we are doing these things now, as you guys know, every day, I believe. I'm doing the next one in a couple of days. In fact, let me check my calendar real quick. Hold on. Let me check real quick before I let you guys go. Calendar, when am I doing the next one? Jeff. Okay, Wednesdays. I'll be doing Wednesdays. I'll be doing Thursdays. Yeah. So if you guys want to come back tomorrow, if you want to come back anytime this week, we'll be doing this every single night. If we were not able to get to your question, we will do our best to do so for you then. Other than that, guys, you guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful night or morning for you Aussies and UK folks, and we'll talk to you guys very soon. Thank you so much.